Good evening. I'm Launchpad McFadden. Welcome to Sports SZN. Tonight, football takes center stage as FIFA Club World Cup champions are crowned at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Tennis, a new Wimbledon champion rises and a historical record is broken. We've got highlights from UFC Fight Night banger, plus an all-women's boxing card that made waves on Netflix. And also, we dive into the Tour de France drama and all the rugby action you need to know. All that and more tonight on Sports SZN with Launchpad McFadden. That is me. Welcome. Good evening. It's all me. We begin our broadcast this evening with some football news. Chelsea Football Club thrashed European champions Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 in the FIFA Club World Cup final on Sunday night. PSG looked completely out of their depth, with all 3 goals coming in the first half. Cole Palmer opened the scoring early, then bagged the second just 10 minutes before João Pedro sealed the third in the 43rd minute. With this win, Chelsea set a world record, becoming the first club to win every major trophy available to them. Naturally, the haters are out, but the record books don't lie. Chelsea will now wear gold champions crest on their chest for the next 4 years, officially crowning them the world champions. Chelsea Football Club, take a bow. Tennis news. Wimbledon women's final. World number 1 Iga Swiatek absolutely dominated number 13 Amanda Anisimova, winning 6-love, 6-love in straight sets. It took her just 57 minutes to claim her first Wimbledon title, making history with the first double bagel in Wimbledon final in 114 years. In the men's final, world number 1 Yannick Sinner defeated world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz in 4 sets to claim his first Wimbledon title. Sinner booked his place in the final after dismantling a weary-looking Novak Djokovic in straight sets in the semi-final. Alcaraz, on the other hand, came through a tough match against American Taylor Fritz, winning 3-1. In the final, Alcaraz took the first set 6-4, despite struggling with his serve. But the Italian responded in dominant fashion, winning the next 3 sets and etching his name in the Wimbledon history books. Rugby news. New Zealand cruised past France with the dominant 43-17 win on Saturday morning. Wales edged out Japan 31-22 in a tight contested clash. South Africa dismantled a youthful Italy side 45-0. The Zuri showed promise early on, but after conceding a well-worked Springbok try, they faded quickly. England narrowly defeated Argentina 22-17. Los Pumas led for most of the game, but a 78-minute try by JVP sealed the deal for the Lions in the dying moments. And in Lisbon, Ireland delivered a historic blowout, scoring a record 16 tries in 106? Was Portugal even present on this day? 16 tries? Maybe rugby isn't their nation sport. Anyway, despite missing 17 players away with the British-Irish Lions, interim head coach Paul O'Connell's experimental squad made a ruthless statement in their first ever meeting with Portugal. Well done, Ireland. And this ain't your lane, Portugal. In combat sports, the long-anticipated trilogy between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano took place at the Madison Square Garden, New York on Friday evening. The event boasted an all-women's fight card and streamed live on Netflix. The fight seemed different compared to the first 2 bouts, with both fighters being a little more cautious this time. Serrano looked strong and advanced forward for most of the fight, but Taylor's speed and accuracy seemed to have been enough to clinch the majority decision over Serrano. When the champ was asked if there's a possibility of a 4th fight, she jokingly said, "I do not want to fight Amanda again. She punches too hard." Now me, I think Serrano won. What do you think? Let me know below. UFC news. Derek Lewis made quick work of Brazilian Thaleson Teixeira, scoring a knockout just 35 seconds into the first round. It looked like Lewis took an eye poke, but even half blind, he dropped Teixeira and landed 15 unanswered shots before the ref stepped in. When asked who he wanted next, Lewis didn't call out a fighter. He simply said, "I want my wife next. I've been busy for 2 weeks. Now I want my wife next." Classic Derek Lewis. We move to the WTF Sport of the Week, where we ask, where is the fuss for such an amazing sport? This week, our WTF Sport of the Week is BO-TAOSHI, literally translates to pole toppling. It's a Japanese team sport that looks like a cross between rugby, capture the flag, and medieval battlefield. It's primarily played by cadets at the National Defense Academy of Japan during their annual military festival. How it works? There's two teams of 150 players. Yes, 150 each. 75 on the offense, 75 on the defense. The goal is to topple the opposing team's pole, which stands at 3 to 4 meters tall, about 10 to 13 feet. The defending team surrounds their pole and stacks themselves like human fortresses, complete with the ninja on top of the pole, balancing like a gymnast to keep it upright. The attacking team rushes like a swarm of bees to break down the defense, climb over bodies, and tilt the pole to at least 30 degrees angle or more to win. Hundreds of bodies colliding in one tiny patch of grass, screaming, tackling, kicking, human pyramids, flying tackles. One lone guy on top of the pole kicking attackers in the face while clinging on for dear life. It's like rugby meets King of the Hill, but with military precision and no chill. Injuries? Yes, absolutely. Broken bones? Definitely. Concussions? All the time. Dislocated everything. But it's all part of the culture and the pride at the academy. It's not commonly played outside the academy anymore, partially because it's so dangerous and requires a massive team. So, would you play BO-TAOSHI? Could you? Do you have the capacity? I could, and I do. BO-TAOSHI, take a bow. It's time for the Quick Sport Fix. Sports news around the world brought to you in 60 seconds. In golf news, American Chris Gotterup stunned the field to win the 2025 Genesis Scottish Open, finishing 15 under and holding off Rory McIlroy and Marco Penge by 2 strokes. Gotterup shot a course record 61 on Friday, then stayed ice cold under pressure Sunday. Despite a slow play warning and near disaster on 16, McIlroy came close with a final round 66 but couldn't close the gap. Gotterup walks away with his first Rolex Series title, $1.5 million, and a Genesis GV70, cementing his status as one of golf's rising stars. Tour de France. Belgian sprinter Tim Merlier blitzed the flat 174 km Chinon-Châteauroux stage, nipping Jonathan Milan in the tight uphill dash to claim his second win of the Tour. Tadej Pogačar kept his grip on the yellow jersey, sitting 54 seconds ahead of Remco Evenepoel. While Milan retained the green points jersey, crash chaos and crosswinds tested the peloton. But Stage 9 stayed true to form, another high-speed sprint that showed the Tour's intensity is only ramping up. In netball news, the under-17 Red Hill netball team from South Africa has become the first South African netball team to win a championship at the South African Schools Netball Cup. This was the first time a South African school has ever been invited to the World Schools Netball Cup, and Red Hill made sure it wouldn't be the last. Well done, ladies. You take a bow. Now it's time for the RAYGUN moment of the week. This is the part of the show where we highlight someone in sports who's done something so dumb, so reckless, or just plain senseless. They've earned themselves the RAYGUN Moment of the Week award for their brain-dead brilliance in motion. This week's winner, PSG coach Luis Enrique. After getting schooled 3-0 by Chelsea in the Club World Cup final, Enrique lost all composure, grabbing Chelsea's João Pedro by the throat in a post-match meltdown and shoving him to the ground. Speculation of what João might have said to anger the coach has been rumored, but none of that could be an excuse for his actions. Instead of a tactical adjustment, he went full Mortal Kombat. Luis Enrique, you didn't win that match. You didn't win the tournament. But you've won the RAYGUN Moment of the Week. Take a bow. Take several bows, boy. And that's a wrap on this week's sports news. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. New video drops every Tuesday. And also, let us know in the comments, what was your favorite sports moment this past week? I'm Launchpad McFadden, and this has been Sports SZN. Good morning, good evening, and good night.